Ben. Freaking Ben. Ben, wake up, Ben.
Hey!
Dreams! Why do you always start on like that?
Oh, I'm sorry. So, today we're going to be talking about dreams.
Dreams are actually really important. Lots of people don't realize
such
that.
an interesting thing, and there's a lot of things that people don't know about them. So we're going to talk about it.
They did a study with people dreaming, and what they would do is they'd constantly like poke them and whatever during the middle of their sleep,
and they do
so
things...
they couldn't dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they had trouble. And they had like the part of the people that like recorded all their dreams and did all that stuff, and then they had the other group of people that didn't do like much of anything. This wasn't like a super conclusive study, but it was a study that was done, and it actually did show some like fairly good results. And people who dream learn better, and they do better. And people who don't dream, those people that they were poking,
so interesting.
They totally went like ADHD.
Right.
Like, not that they didn't get the disorder, right? But they totally had much more trouble like learning and thinking and what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
And everything straight, right? And it's strange. And another thing is that most people, they dream, right? And within 10 minutes of them waking up, they've already forgotten.
Oh yeah,
99%
unless
of
you
their dream.
wake up right away and write down your dream, you won't
Most
remember
of
it.
the time.
Or if you don't tell it to someone or do something like that,
99% of the time,
problems.
you're gonna forget the dream. And it's
Yeah.
interesting how dreams, just like, not to be like religious here, but they've always been kind of like this thing of like thoughts and fortunes and just kind of like things that people should do in their minds.
That's cool. So you actually dream several times a night on average. Okay,
Yeah,
you just
especially when you
remember.
get into
You
that
just don't remember any of them until the very last one, and then even then, sometimes you don't remember.
Yeah,
Like,
within like those 10
but
minutes.
when you do remember a dream, it's because you woke up and it was the one you just barely had.
And you think about it a lot.
I had the coolest dream the other day, though.
Oh my gosh!
At one point in the dream, it was so great. At one point in the dream, me and Taylor, Taylor was actually in the dream.
I don't even know.
We were robbing houses. Okay, I'm not a criminal, but we were robbing houses. And at the very end of the dream, my mom gets mad at me for robbing all these houses. And I go, Mom, it's okay. It's just a dream. And I was like, and then I woke up and I was like, yes, it was so cool.
And there's
I
lots
love
of
how
stuff
that
like
happens
that.
in dreams. There are so many things. Certain people will, they won't dream in color. Some people don't dream in color. Some people don't eat. Some people don't talk in their dreams. They just see. Some people don't hear in their dreams.
It's strange.
You know?
And
Some
then there's people
people-
who are like total.
Some
like,
people can
lucid
control their
dreaming.
dreams.
Like I can completely like control my
I mean,
dreams.
people
And
will
some
learn to like control who they put in their dreams, what happens when they dream. People can do that. It's like this mental thing that you can train.
Like
to
I'm
do.
not like quite that great, but I can control what I do in my dreams. And sometimes I tell people that and they're like, what?
Yeah, it's really.
They're like, dude,
yeah,
I'm
I can do
freaking-
it kind of.
And it's hilarious because some people like never eat. Some people like die. Some people have like all this
Yeah.
stuff. Like seriously, I've had such like sad dreams before that I wake up and I'm like crying.
And then
I'm like,
the other interesting thing, as a side note to dreams, is nightmares.
oh my
Nightmares
gosh.
are
in fact
weird.
Here's another statistic: the colder the environment that you're sleeping in, the higher your chances go up of having a nightmare, which I thought was really interesting.
So, like,
because that tells you that your body's like aware of what's going on around you.
Oh, yeah.
But they're making up all this other crap at the same
and
time.
it's like, what?
what?
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool if they could come up with some kind of like technology that allowed it so that you could totally control your dreams.
Okay, who's
you know
in
what I mean?
trouble?
Uh-oh.
Okay, but anyway,
I can still hear it.
it actually makes a lot of sense though. Dreams are very interesting, and
And it's strange.
but you think about it, they're strange, but
Oh.
it kind of makes sense that your mind kind of goes when it kind of blinks out and does nothing for however long you're sleeping for. It kind of makes sense that there's all these thoughts that kind of sit there and
sleeping
messes around
alone
with.
is like strange.
You know what I mean?
Like, so here's another thing: don't ever use the snooze button. Okay, this is an ASAP science thing. I think I'll put the link in the description. But here's what it is. So like this, I'll tie this into dreaming as well. You start off dreaming, like not dreaming, but like sleeping, right?
Yeah.
And then you fall into this like deep dream, like this deep sleep state, and you kind of go up and down in that for a little bit. But once you hit that, once you go off that cliff, you're like into like the deep dream kind of section.
Yeah.
That's like deep sleep, and that's where you dream and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then when your alarm goes off, that's generally when you're like when your body's starting to go off of the sleep cycle, and it's kind of starting to like tail around.
Right.
And the thing is that if you have the snooze button on, you hit that snooze button, you go back to sleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. 99% of the time, you're going to fall asleep. you start falling back into that deep sleep again. So then it cuts you off right in the middle. So then it's even harder to wake up.
Right.
And every single time you hit that snooze button, the next time it's like, right? And the first time, if you just got up right away, you'd be so much better
A lot of you
off.
have probably experienced this. It's harder and harder to get up.
After every single time.
There's so many times I've just like turned off my alarm and I'm just like, oh, I have a little bit more time till I have to go to school and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I wake up, I'm like, crap, I have 5 minutes to get to school.
Yeah.
Because I sleep in. It's
It's
crazy.
a mess. And sleeping in general is like
man,
huge.
might be so crooked today. Have a nice day!